So I realized after filming the video that I completely forgot to talk about these. This was my first stop for the day, so I went and picked up a couple of medicines. So I got a bunch of different strepsils because I like the Medicare ones, but then they've been out of stock for a minute, so I had to go with strepsils. Just for that, like, you know, the tickling at the back of your throat when you don't have all the symptoms, but then you're like coughing a little or something. I feel like these are very, very important to have on hand, just so you can at least try to take one and see if it makes you feel better instead of just like jumping to the conclusion that you have the Rona, you know? So yeah, I just wanted to show this to you. A whole packet of them has 24. This is what it looks like. And it goes for 360 shillings. So even like when I don't have a cold, I just keep them in the house. So that when I start feeling like cold symptoms, I take them and I fix myself in the house and I'm sorted. So these are definitely things I would suggest having in your collection. My name is Olisa. Thank you so much for dropping by. Be sure to subscribe for more great content. First of all, to all the new subscribers, thank you so much for joining this family. We are so happy to have you here. Another also is that my latest videos have been like vlogs and like out and about, and I don't wear makeup in my everyday life, so I thought I'd actually glam it up for you guys since I'm doing like a sit down, not really vlog, but kind of still a vlog situation today. So yeah, today's video is sort of a part 2 of my corona hauling situation. So part 1 was me going to a wholesale and like getting everything in bulk and like getting everything that it makes sense to get in bulk, because like the lady wanted to sell me a sack of rice for like 6,000 bob or something, and I'm like, I wouldn't eat that much rice in 10 years because I'm not the biggest fan. So even like the little supermarket packets usually last me like 6 months in the house, you know? So things like that I saw no point in getting in bulk, but I did know that I wanted to have it in the house, so I would definitely pick it up at a supermarket. So that is what today's haul is about. I have my very long receipt here. I do tend to go to Naivas. I don't know if you can even see that. Just because I do have a card with them, so it's easier for me to do my bulk shopping all at once there and like swipe and get all my points and then like pick up little things like extras from other places. So today's video is going to be just the essential things that I really do think you need to add onto your bulk wholesale shopping thing, because some of these things you definitely can't get at a wholesaler's, and yeah, they're really still important to like have in your life, you know? So I'm gonna start going through my list here, just picking out like, I'll mention everything I got, but then I'll expound on like the most important things. So if you want to see all of that and more, then just keep watching. I even have a list on my phone just to make sure I don't forget anything, but we're gonna start with my Naivas list, and right at the top is okay, they've written fresh milk, but it's long life milk. Dude, I literally have been having mini panic attacks because I feel like, yes, okay. I literally had to check the box. I have the box right here. I should just show it to you. So I've been low-key panicking that they kind of sold me fresh milk inside this box, because you don't get to open it like in the supermarket. You don't get to check. And I know the long life one is on with the flap on the side. So since I haven't physically seen it with my eyes, I keep looking at this box like they had better not have screwed me over. And they didn't. So as you can, literally propping it on my shoulder, but as you can see here, no refrigeration required. I got 3 of these boxes. Clearly I am not strong enough to like stack them up against each other, but yeah, even this one box is so heavy, and it only has 18 packets of milk in it. So if you buy a box like this, they come with 18 packets. They sell each of them at 43 shillings, so the total of that is 774, versus buying one packet at, is it 46 shillings or something. And I love long life because I don't have to put it in the fridge. I don't have to worry about it going bad even outside of the fridge. If you take long life and put it in the fridge and then take it out of the fridge, it will go bad. But if you never put it in the fridge at all, it will never go bad. Like, it won't go bad on you before the go bad by date. Does that make sense? So I did check on the boxes of each of them, and their dates were around June 20th. So since we're still in March, that's a pretty long window of time for me to be able to finish them. So I did get 3 of them. That means I have 54 packets of milk, plus the ones in the basket, because in my house tour, I showed you that I have a basket for my milk, because there's nothing I hate more than running out of milk. And actually, the only thing I hate more than running out of milk is like, if this week I decide like I want black tea and black coffee, and then my milk gets spoiled in the fridge, like that irritates me so much. So I know some people say they can tell the difference in the taste between the long life and the normal one, but then like I can't. So I'm really happy to have the long life one that just gives me peace of mind. So yeah, 774 shillings times 3 is what I paid for milk to have. Literally at this point, I think I have 65 packets of milk in the house, and if I'm taking 1 packet per day, like that means I can be on lockdown for 2 months and be good, you know? So yeah, And also at the wholesale, I did ask her if she sold milk, and she told me she doesn't, but she's the one who told me to go and just ask a supermarket for like a box of milk. So that's exactly what I did, and I was really happy. Next, I'm not even like going by the list yet because there are a couple of things that I feel are so important. And this I've been looking for the longest time, so let me pick it up. I think my lights are too bright for you to be able to see that, but this is Niva's Supermarket Lemon and Ginger Honey. That's how you say that. So I've been looking for this for the longest time because literally I think it was the beginning of last year that my mom's friend has a little baby. She showed me one in smaller packaging with a white cap on it that had the lemon and ginger, and she said that whenever her kid is getting like a cold or something, instead of giving her medicines with chemicals and whatever, she starts her off with this, and like it always gets rid of the cold before it even begins. So I really wanted it, and I've been looking for it in Nivas's and like Tuskie's and supermarkets, and I haven't been finding it. And then randomly, like a month ago, I found one, and it was the only one. But then because I already have honey in the house, I was like, let me not be wasteful and like, you know, just like hoard things for no reason. But now with corona and it's like a flu-like symptom situation, like I definitely advocate for having this in the house because it's lemon and ginger. Like that is literally the flu remedy that we all already use. So it's just in the form of honey, which makes it absolutely more effective. Good thing is though, because I was looking for the one with the white cap. The white cap one that I saw last month was over, but I still checked anyway. And they actually do have different flavors of honey is I think what this technically is. So they have one that's cinnamon, they have one that's just different things. You'll see it in like the little clip that I inserted. But yeah, if you just read the label, because not all the ones with green caps have the same flavor. So I would say actually like get down there and like read the label and like see what it is, because also depending on the quantity, the price might vary slightly. So like there was one that was 100 bob less, but then I knew it was because it was lighter. So yeah, just this is definitely something I would recommend having 1,000%, because even if it doesn't cure corona, it will help you boost your immune system so that you can fight it off better. Because apparently there are over 200,000 confirmed cases of corona, but only 6, 7, 8,000 people have died from it. So it's not something that has to kill you. You can actually like boost your immune system and like give yourself an actual fighting chance. So if you can pick this up, 100% recommend it. Yeah, so I think those are the two main things that are on my list, and everything else is incidental. And still somehow we ended up with the longest list ever. Yeah, so I'm just gonna like rattle off and stop whenever I feel like something is important. Fresh garlic, they didn't have the best garlic, so I didn't really pick up much of it. Imported lemon, because those yellow lemons are actually really... You know what, I have it here, let me just show you. These are the lemons that I picked because you can actually grate the outside of them and still use them as zest on things, and it counts as lemon. It does add vitamin C to your diet, and that's really good. So I got a few of these to like freeze in the freezer, and then like once they're really hard, then I can just be grating them into different foods and like boosting my immune system that way as well, you know. Fresh tomatoes, they had very raw tomatoes, which is exactly what I love, because I hate it when I buy like ripe tomatoes and then they go and get soggy in the fridge. So these ones are raw. I've noticed that when you put them in the fridge raw, it takes forever for them to ripen up. So for me, who doesn't use tomatoes all that often, although I really should, yeah, it's perfect. So raw tomatoes, got a bunch of them. Yellow bar soap, she had bar soap at the wholesale, but then I felt like her prices were a bit expensive, so I decided to just go to a supermarket. You can get them for 130 bob, but then at the wholesale she was selling for 147 or something, and I was like, nope, every coin counts. So I got these at the supermarket. Red sweet potato. I literally just want to show you how gigantic the sweet potatoes I got. I've mentioned before, I hate tiny potatoes, whether it's sweet, whether it's like the normal ones, just because they take forever to peel. But I love that I can literally boil one of these or like cook them or whatever, do whatever it is to just one, and have enough food for like 3 days, you know? So that makes me really happy. These are gigantic and they are worth it. And yes, I could get them at the fresh market, but then the sizes wouldn't be this big. And also I'm praying this isn't GMO, because I am not about that GMO food life, but I do love gigantic food. So, I mean, kind of, you have to find a balance, you know? Super Sim Sim, I don't even know what that is. Oh, crisps, I did get crisps. This was 2 days ago. They are all already finished. So I'm literally this baby, and it's not good. So I'm not buying snacks. I'm not buying a lot of snacks in this period, just because I will finish them in one go. I'd rather buy a lot of things that I can be eating as like healthy meals, you know? Wholemeal bread. I did get bread and I did get buns, because I got part 2 of this haul is also like city market and like meat and whatever. And I got a lot of mincemeat because I'm going to be making burgers at home. So burgers can go on bread, but they just taste different. Like they just hit different when it's on a bun. buns. So I did get some buns, and bread freezes really well. So if you have space in your freezer, you can even like pre-make sandwiches and just like stuff them in there. But like bread really does hold up well in the freezer. So, and also when it comes out cold and like you warm it, it softens and it's like freshly baked bread all over again. So it's amazing. Love it. So I already have half a loaf of the really big white bread in my freezer. So yeah, since I'm not really a fan of bread, I just got the one brown loaf and the buns, and I'm good. I got chicken brawn. I already have chicken brawn in the freezer, but then I was like, in case I just want to eat a sandwich or something, like I'm not the best eater, I will say that. So some days if a craving strikes, I'd rather feed it, because I never know when next I'll feel like eating something actively, you know. So yeah, if I ever decide to like make, I learned how to make the best cheese sandwiches like ever. So yeah, I already have like a ton of cheese in the fridge, so I just got chicken brawn to throw in there just in case. Spicy pork sausages, I love them. The spicy ones are the best ones. I don't really like sausages, but the day that I don't really feel like eating anything and I just want to cook something up really quickly because I do have to eat, sausages come in handy. So there's that. Pishori are I'm erotic. Pishori aromatic rice, 1 kg. Literally all I need is 1 kg, and that will last me for like until literally into 2021, because I don't make rice that often, and when I do, it's literally a cup. Shamba baby porridge, because I hate porridge, but then I'm so jealous of everyone who likes porridge, because I find like it's such an easy filling thing and like healthy to like have, you know. So I'm not a fan of it, but then the only porridge that I've been able to like tolerate is like baby porridge. So I bought a small packet, and I'm hoping to like be able to cook it in the house and actually enjoy it, and maybe introduce porridge into my diet, because apparently when I was a kid and like porridge is being cooked in the kitchen, I already knew I'd be forced to drink it, so I just like start crying, like sobbing in a corner. So I don't know what my problem is, but we're about to change that. Fahari Kenyan tea, because I cannot run out of tea. I literally bought this huge sack of sugar sitting in front of me, because the fear isn't even like I'll run out of milk, because I'm so happy with black tea, but if I run out of sugar, then I'm really screwed, you know, because tea with honey, it just doesn't hit the same, you know. So yeah, I did need to add a packet of tea leaves. Love it. Roscoe brown beans, just because beans are so easy. You can eat beans with ugali, you can eat them with rice, you can eat them with chapati, you can eat them even on their own, I guess, with like a side of meat or something, I don't know. So beans, just 1 packet is more than enough to take me through the entire year. Oh, Scotch Brite, of course, just for washing dishes. Strawberry juice. Listen, the strawberry juice, I'll just put in a picture of it. It is the best juice ever. Trust me on it. Just go to a supermarket, pick one up, taste it. You know, we're all like used to seeing fizz to everywhere. The strawberry juice, I can literally sit down with a whole bottle of that and like finish it. So what I've done is I've sort of given up sodas from my life, just because it's such a small return on the investment, because I love sodas, I love Afia juice. I've actually completely cut out Minute Maid just because the sizes are getting smaller while the price is getting higher. That pisses me off on like like a moral level, you know. So it's like I'm done with Minute Maid, so I switched over to Afia, and they have pretty good juices. Their apple juice, amazing, but it's not a sustainable lifestyle. Like I need to be able to afford my own lifestyle, and having Afia juice like every single day like available will just drain my finances too much. So I've switched over to juice, and my favorite juice is the strawberry. Try it, you will thank me. You are welcome in advance. Dettol antiseptic liquid. Now I should mention, this is one of the things I actually thought would be completely like stocked out, because the way I saw people just like hoarding anything that has to do with cleaning and antiseptics and whatever, like I actually thought this would be completely sold out. But not only is it not sold out, there's quite a lot in the supermarket, and it's still at just 200 bob. So I think that's definitely something really good to get, even though this is antibacterial and corona is a virus, so those are completely different worlds. I don't science, and even I know that, but apparently everyone is still hoarding like the wrong things. But it's fine, whatever gives you peace of mind is fine. But then supermarkets actually still have things, so there's really no need to panic, even if you can't afford to like bulk shop like a lot of people are doing. There's no need to panic, because you will be able to get what you need when you need it, except for antiseptic, what is it called? Sanitizer. Except for sanitizer, that is the one thing that literally I think it went out of stock the first week, and now people are like looking for other ways to get it. That's the only thing I haven't been able to find in supermarkets. Everything else is definitely available. Oh, thyme, spices, just because cooking, obviously. Maziwa lala, what is it called? Fresh milk. Mala, Mala. I got like a ton of mala. So what I've noticed about myself is these days, more than hungry, I'm a very, very thirsty person. So like even when I go to a supermarket, half my cart is just drinks. So it's like 20 packets of milk, 2 bottles of the strawberry, and then like lots of yogurts and malas and whatever. But I wanted to keep fully stocked on that, just because the days that you don't really feel like eating, but you know you should have something in your stomach, milk, yogurt, mala, they definitely do help with that. So that's why I like to keep a lot of them around. Bought myself Coke just because I was thirsty in the moment, but not enough to like make a difference in this Corona haul. Soy sauce, bought a backup just because, again, lots of cooking. You want to make as delicious meals as you possibly can, and I will be showing you like a couple of recipes in the upcoming future, just because I'm really excited about those. One was literally filmed for Valentine's Day, like that's what my life has been. So I haven't been able to like fully edit it and like finish it. So that will be coming up very, very soon. Just like lockdown recipe ideas, because like right now there's so many sales happening on like Jumia Food. So I really wanted to order like Mambo Italia pizza because it's 30% off, and they have my absolute favorite pizza in all of Nairobi. But then it's like, am I spending limited resources on ordering pizza to stock up in my fridge, or am I going to go and like buy meat directly, you know? So that's how I ended up at City Market, but we're getting there. Oh, black currant. Now the day I went shopping for these, I left the house at 2 p.m. and by that point I hadn't had time or just the energy to be bothered to like cook something and eat it. So I carried a little bit of blackcurrant, and it actually got me through the day. Like I felt energized, I felt clear, I didn't feel like hungry or like I wanted to curl into a ball and cry or something. So yeah, I do tend to stay stocked up on blackcurrant. Like it's such an energy booster for me. So even when you don't eat to give your body something to create energy with, blackcurrant can give you just that extra little push that you need. So cannot recommend it enough. I love it. I really do love it. The ginger honey, I've already told you about that. The one that I got was 11.73, but they had some for like 10.96. They had some for 900 and something. So if you just check the prices and the sizes, you'll be able to get what you need. They also have like littler ones, but then since we don't know when Corona is gonna like fully go away, I would suggest just getting the big one and like keeping it in your house and just like maybe taking a spoon of it every day just to like boost that immunity thing, you know? Doom refill. I got a ton of those because it's been raining again, and with rain comes mosquitoes, and you don't want to get like malaria and like end up in a hospital where you are more likely to be around corona patients and then catch it, you know? So you'd rather just take all the precautions that you can to like protect yourself, stay in your house, stay safe in your house, and like all of it. So actually the Doom, the liquid refill, actually have one right next to me. I can show you. I literally have one for the sitting room and for the bedroom because I realized I was getting eaten a lot in the sitting room before I go to the bedroom. So yeah, I have one right here, and I keep them everywhere. The refill was on sale, so buy 2 get 1 free. So that's what I did. And then I got a different one, like the vape one, just because the smell isn't as strong as a Doom one, because if you sit next to it, you will sort of start having a tummy ache. So the vape one is still effective, but then the smell isn't quite as okay. It's not, I don't think it's as effective as a Doom one, which is why I still got the Doom one. But then the vape one for like the sitting room seems to be a bit more stomach and inhaling friendly, you know? Yogurt, more yogurt, crisps, more yogurt. Wet wipes. I literally have wet wipes in the bedroom, wet wipes here, a backup here, wet wipes in the car, and I have backup wet wipes again. I do use them to take off my makeup whenever I'm doing my makeup, but then like even for just like randomly cleaning the hands as you're doing things, I feel like it's very important. No, it's not the antiseptic ones, because again, I noticed those are antibacterial wet wipes. Corona is a virus, not a bacteria, but yeah, it's fine. I feel like I'm gonna be like putting my Dettol on my wet wipes and then like wiping things down and wiping myself down, but then like we'll see, you know? So hand sanitizer is what I didn't get at Naivas. That's what ended up leading me to ShopRite, where they also didn't have the hand sanitizer. But I had completely not, like it hadn't clicked for me, because I use Vaseline a lot, which means like the little tub, which means like dipping my finger and like putting it on my lips, which is exactly what you're not supposed to be doing during this Corona period. So it actually hit me that I really should just get one of these lip balms that I always avoid, because cost quantity analysis just does not add up. But because of Corona, we ended up buying lip balms. So these are the lip balms that I ended up getting, and obviously because I don't use them, I didn't really have like a preference. I didn't have one like this, my go-to. So I got the Luron in strawberry just because I didn't know how well it was going to perform. And the Nivea one is sort of like a classic, so I had to get it as well. Just in case this was like complete garbage, I didn't want to have to leave the house again to get the Nivea one. So these are the things that I use when I'm out and about, because one thing that I did notice, I've been like laughing at people that wanted to get sanitizer, but then like, you see, I walk into the supermarket, they give me the sanitizer, I rub my hands, that's fine. But then I have to go and touch a trolley, which someone else has touched. And if you don't rub your hands enough, even with the sanitizer, it's not going to kill corona. So you would rather, as you touch a trolley and like you're going shopping, I made sure that I only touched the things that I was taking with me. But then, you know, people like to window shop and like touch everything. So you never know what someone else has touched that you're taking home with you. So you'd rather just be safe, because apparently corona can't survive on surfaces. So yeah, with all of that touching and whatever and not having sanitizer around me, I definitely felt the need to like pick up lip balms, just because the dipping and the putting on my lips is not going to happen when I'm out and about. When I'm in the house, I still use my Vaseline and wash my hands 500,000 times. But then when I'm out and about, lip balm, definitely the way to go. This Luron was, I don't even know why I'm swatching it for you. I don't know if you can see this, but it's actually very, very moisturizing. It was 115 shillings. That's a really fair price considering this was like 200 and something. But then I haven't even opened it yet, so I can give you a review on this. But this is what I've been using, and it's a very, very moisturizing. The strawberry one actually smells amazing. So I'm really impressed by this little thing. Like, I'm going to stock up on these more than trying to get more of these, you know? So next stop on my shopping trip was City Market. And I love City Market. I go to City Market once a month to like, this is usually my shopping list, right? Beef for 400 bob, chicken thighs, broiler for 600 bob, and then like a couple of other things basically. But I always get like chicken, I always get beef, I always get mincemeat for 300 bob, and then I always get sometimes pork, not really always, but then sometimes pork. But you see, my budget is usually 1,500 to 2,000 shillings, roughly. And that takes me through an entire month. So I've been going like a few times, and now I just discovered a new recipe that I'm so excited to share with you. It's like a honey chicken cube something. It's just very delicious. But then that means I've been getting chicken breast on top of that. So now I have a few more things in my fridge than usual. So I'll just show you the clips that I took of what I went and got like in this stocking up session, because this is not a normal shopping session for me. And yet it still wasn't as expensive as if I decided to go and get like 3 pizzas at Mambo Italia that would literally only last me 2 weeks, you know? So I got chicken thighs for 650. Also, don't really let them cut it for you, because I noticed the last time that I did that some of my thigh parts were missing and I only had like the bony parts. So yeah, it's better to just take the whole thigh home and then like cut it up yourself. So chicken thighs 650, boneless chicken 600. I planned to get like 1,000 bob, but then like limited resources, and I didn't want to be left like completely stranded, you know, because of panic shopping. And I still had like some meat in the fridge, so this is just adding to that. I got the most fatty beef that they could find for me with a bone for 1,000, just because meat goes a really long way and it's not expensive, so I was able to get quite a bit of that. And then I got mincemeat for 400 bob. I still had my previous mincemeat for 400 bob, so that's why I got buns, so that I can stop just replenishing the chicken whenever it gets finished and like actually make mincemeat and buns and whatever. And then I got liver for 300, just because healthy. Help, I don't know. I tried to get bacon, they didn't have it, but then even bacon doesn't last very long when I put my mind to finishing it. So you'll see it in one of the recipes. I made tomato soup with some bacon and some sausage and some whatever, and it's so delicious, and I still have some in my fridge. So that's kind of what I tend to do, is to take all these ingredients and then like meal prep them. So the day that I want to cook something, I just pick it out of the fridge and it's ready to go, versus like having to rack my brain every day for recipes and trying to like bother every day. That's the thing that I can't do. So when I don't have like ready meals that I feel like eating, then it becomes a bit of a problem with eating. What I tend to do with the meats once I get them from City Market is that I break them down. So it comes in like one big packet of like the beef, right? So I take the foil. That's why foil was very important to me to get at Naivas, because I take the foil and break them down into like different portions. So the day that I want to cook, I just pick out a portion versus having to defrost the whole thing and like risk it starting to go bad, then putting it back in the fridge and like taking it out, putting it back. It doesn't make any sense. So if you can put it in portions, it makes your life so much easier. So yeah, I think I'm done with my Corona shopping. Literally, I'm ready to be like locked down in the house for like the next 6 months. But the only things I feel like I'm missing are a tray of eggs, normal potatoes, because I want to make potato lasagna, I want to make mashed potatoes, I want to make fries, I want to, like, if I could live on potatoes forever, I 100% would. I pray that I can get big ones because I'm not about that little life. Another thing that I had actually gotten last week or like a couple of weeks ago at Zucchini is oranges. Technically, it's oranges and apples and carrots and whatever. So those are things that I already have in the house. And I try to get one for each day, though I'm not as disciplined as my uncle would love me to be. But yeah, just having one of these every day would actually like really help boost your immune system as well. So that's kind of my goal. I just picked 7 of each so that if I want to have an apple today, I can. If I want to have an orange today, tomorrow I can, and if I want to have all of them in one day, then I can. But then I've noticed with these ones, if you eat more than one, your mouth starts to sort of get dry and like burny, so it's not even worth it. But yeah, having these in the house handy, very, very good. Nivus has one for 38 bob, so I'm like, I was like, am I rich enough today? Am I feeling wealthy enough to spend 38 times 7 for 1 week? Like, I'm not, no. So I didn't pick them up at Nivus, but I'll definitely be going back to Zucchini and like stocking up, you know? And also more greens. I definitely need to have more greens in my fridge. The ones that I have there have been meal prepped for a while, so I need to check them, make sure they're still okay. But yeah, I think that is all I have for this second round. Actually, one more thing that I should mention before I go is that I've been doing a bit of research on like this isopropyl alcohol. This is the alcohol that makeup artists use to like clean their stuff, and it actually can be used to kill some viruses. Oh, that's what it says on the packaging. Use as an antiseptic, use undiluted for skin disinfection and cleansing prior to injection. Active against gram-positive and negative bacteria, fungi, and some viruses. So this can actually be really handy. If you can't find hand sanitizer in like a supermarket or something, you can go on YouTube and actually find ways to use this to use as a disinfectant. Obviously, soap and water is just the best thing ever because it actually breaks down the makeup of Corona. But then like if you can't access Corona and you literally have no other options, I got this a while ago, so I'm not really too sure how much it is, but then you can actually find these in some supermarkets. So if you can get isopropyl alcohol, I think this is 70% if I'm not wrong. This is just a normal one that makeup artists use. This can actually be at least somewhat effective. The whole goal is just don't touch your face, because if the germs are on your hands, they haven't been ingested yet. So if you go on your face, they're more likely to be ingested and like get you sick. So just don't touch your face. Wipe down with this if you can. Like maybe put it on a wet wipe and like wipe your hands or something. I don't know. Don't know how. I'm not saying it's 100% effective. I'm just saying if you cannot find hand sanitizer, this could be an option for you. So didn't want to end the video without saying that. I hope you found it helpful. I hope my list is actually helping your list be more comprehensive, just so that you can see the things that are necessary versus the things that are not necessary. And then you can decide for yourself and your family what actually makes sense. So thank you so much for watching. Thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. Let me know in the comments below what you thought of this video, and I will see you in my next one.